Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing great today. Okay, so first of all, I plead with you to please bear with the background noise here. I think there's some type of echo. But I hope we can hear me all right. All right, so a few days ago, something very disturbing happened in Nigeria. About 287 school children in the northern state of Kaduna were abducted. I know someone watching this now and is like, oh, Joe, you just made a mistake. No, I didn't make any mistake. 287, close to 300 school children abducted in a nation. The moment this news showed up, I didn't know what to think, but immediately I read it. Something hit me like a bug in the head, and it was deja vu. We've been here before. And it's not just that we've been here before, it's just the fact that there are some very uncanny, eerie resemblance to what we had seen before when you begin to think of what just happened. First of all, between the 14th and the 15th of April 2014, if I'm not mistaken, about 276 school children, most of them Christians, were abducted by Boko Haram. 276. We later learned that about 57 of them escaped and the rest remained in captivity, tortured, beaten to death. Some of them who remained alive were forced to marry the demons whom you call terrorists, and they started having children for them. Imagine a fate like that. One would think, oh, with this that has happened, Nigeria would never let a repeat of this come to light. Here we are in 2024. 10 years later, they decided to up their game and increase the number. What are these uncanny, eerie connection between this and that? When Chibok happened, when those 276 Chibok girls were abducted, the current Nigerian president, vice president, I keep missing his name, Vice President Kashim Shettima. I know his name, but I always mess it up. I don't know when to put Shettima first or Kashim first, so it's Kashim Shettima. He was the governor of Borno State at that time. The current UK Foreign Secretary was the Prime Minister of UK at the time. And now, what has happened now and what happened then? Today, I just read in the news that the US is in support of Nigeria or Nigeria's effort to get those girls out. US is pledging support. Gordon Brown, who is now the UN envoy, is saying that they have to muster a lot of international support to help rescue the girls. And I remember when the Chibok girls were abducted, President Barack Obama proposed to Jonathan that they would want to send some American soldiers to come in and help with whatever they can help with to get the girls out. It was the UK Prime Minister then, David Cameron, who was basically coordinating the whole plan for Operation Rescue for the girls. And President Jonathan rejected their offer. In fact, they were very close to putting together a United Nations rescue force on ground. That's boots on ground, foreign boots on ground in Nigeria. And Jonathan said, well, that's chapter 7 of the UN Charter that you are trying to trigger. Why not leave chapter 7 alone? Because chapter 7 allows the UN to detect a breach of peace, to detect an aggression, and then use either military or non-military means to respond to it. And Jonathan said, why not go for the Pacific Resolution 1, which is chapter 8 of the UN Charter? Why? What has happened that you have to go straight up to chapter 7? You can go to chapter 8, which is just about resolution. You have to work with us to resolve this. In that case, you have to empower our own military. You guys have to provide support to our military, not sending foreign boots on ground in Nigeria. And Jonathan right there deflated all their plans. Because the moment they come on ground in the name of peace, on the name of coming to rescue, they don't leave anymore. This is the military aspect of new colonialism. And you know, they always put America up front. But it is the same gang of 1884 that took over Africa, conquered Africa. They are the same people doing all of this. This David Cameron is the same man that worked with Obama to remove Gaddafi from power, and they killed him. The man who meant so much to Africa, who gave Africa its fastest growing economy. It was like we had a powerful tier 1 nation on the continent of Africa. They couldn't handle that. They took him out. That same guy is a foreign secretary today. And while I'm not blaming anyone for anything, I'm just asking, why is it that the same players in those days are the ones in the places of authority today? And now we have the repeat of that same nightmare. Why? It's a question I need answers for. You know, breaking down the dynamics of geopolitics is unbelievable. It's a very tough task. America set up AFRICOM. AFRICOM is the African command of the U.S. Army. They are meant to have boots on ground on literally every single inch of the African soil. And there has to be something that brings them to that place. If there is no cause, if there is no problem, there is no way they are going to be on ground. And so Chibok girls presented an opportunity for them to bring troops on ground, and Jonathan was told and advised, well, don't let this happen. If you let it happen, you are under occupation. And he actually foiled that. And that was when he was marked for demolition. Laurent Gbagbo Was also another one who said, no, we don't need this thing on our ground. Support our own soldiers. And they marked him for demolition. You need to understand what is happening. Today, with Russia taking over in Niger, where America has its major drone base, and kicking France out and leaving America standing on one foot, you can imagine what happens when America has the opportunity to come with the Allied forces to put boots on ground in Nigeria to help rescue your 287 children. Wouldn't that be a good reason for them to come? Because this is an emotional trigger. So you're going to cry out for them to come. And then when they come, is there going to be a deadline or a timeline for how long they're going to be here? Nope. Take it from me. They won't. And when they're here, they already have a base here in Nigeria. And you know why they are frantically looking for an opportunity to have boots on ground? It is because there is fire on the mountain. Russia has resurged. The resurgence of Russia on the continent is beyond human comprehension. They are taking over everywhere. I just made a post about DRC signing a military pact with Russia. That is a massive news that should be on every single platform, because that's huge. It's historic. And when Russia signs like that, it's as good as done. France is gone in DRC. Take it from me. There's no going back. Because Russia will put whatever it has into that place, like it did with Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, and they're going to save their place, secure it, and move them away from enslavement to partnership, which is what Africa has been crying for. Senegal is also soon going to fall to Russia. All these are French colonies collapsing, and this is why France is so furious, fighting hard to send soldiers on ground in Ukraine to fight Russia. And it's not only the French colonies, Sudan, whatever is happening in Sudan, Russia is there as well. And you bet they're going to win at the end of the day. It's my prediction. And so the greatest fear is that the biggest and largest economies in Africa are falling to Russia. So whatever it would take to bring boots on ground to secure the so-called giant, and the giantism of Nigeria is not for Nigerians, it's for the colonial powers who are sucking Nigeria dry. In the scheme of all the nations they are milking and stealing from, Nigeria is actually a giant in reality. But that giant, you can't see it as a Nigerian. They are the ones who see it. So when they say Nigeria is a giant, they know what they mean. So they want to protect this giant, and whatever it would take to protect this giant, they would do it. And that's why I am very suspicious. What happened to these girls? Why are they suddenly proposing international assistance all of a sudden? And the moment they get an assent by the government, it will be so swift. Because of course, the government of the day in Nigeria is very friendly to these guys. You already know that. See how they present the government. If they start praising you, you're not an enemy. You are a friend, not a foe. And once you are a friend to them, you are a foe to the people that you govern. Mark my words. That's why the government of Nigeria does not have any love from the Nigerian people. Because you cannot be a friend with the enemy and still be a friend to your people. Because that enemy feeds off of the suffering and the pain of your own people. So you either reject the enemy to become friend to your people, become their foe, or you become their friend and be a foe to your own people. Look at 2014 10-year anniversary. It's now mass kidnapping, mass abduction pro max. How can a nation continue to be a nation after incidences like this? In reality, you're supposed to dissolve yourself and give up your nationhood when you have a situation like what we saw in 2014 Chibok girls abduction. Not to talk of when it has now happened again. Why are we still pretending? If there is nothing to it, we need to give up our nationhood, dissolve everything and start all over. Because the moment you cannot guarantee the security and protection of lives and properties, it's over. Hold on 1 second. Hello? Good evening. Yes. Which one? They're already here. They're already here. Or let them come, let them come. Sorry about that. So, in a nutshell, I am praying that wisdom will go ahead of us because we are in it already. I don't see any way out. If Nigeria is cornered like Nigeria has been cornered, I don't see any way out. I'm telling you right now, they're so scared to death that Russia might show up from nowhere and begin to play a central role in Nigeria. And the best way to mitigate that, to make sure that doesn't happen, is to find a way to bring foreign boats from the West on ground in Nigeria. I'm just hoping, like I said, I'm not accusing anyone or anything, but I'm just hoping that this is not what this is all about. We can only watch, wait, and see what happens next. God bless you.